Now can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, here we go. It's amazing how when you have the mute button clicked on your tech, nobody can hear you. It's trickery. Hey, everybody. Dun, 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 dun. I'm super excited to be here today. It's a new year. It's a new opportunity to get your crafts organized, get more done, have more fun, get other people in your craft room with you, all those good things that come right along with January, which is traditionally the month to get organized. Oh my gosh, look at all the people popping on. Hey, everybody. I'm going to start out with making the happy Tuesday to you too. Look at all. Happy New Year. Can't, no, hi, the list is going too fast. I can't even read it. Mostly because I can't see that close. Welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. We have a couple of fun things to talk about today. We did not get a post up asking for questions, but if you, well, there was one question that came in on Facebook though, but if you do have questions, please you type a bunch of question marks or the word question in all caps and then put your question in the feed, and Susie and Leanne are watching that feed and they will get those questions over to me. So we definitely have time today to answer questions. What other thing? Oh, if you want to win the $25 gift certificate, make sure that you do either ask a question or say something in the feed, because that's how Leanne, she takes all those names of people who made a comment and picks a winner, and that is how we give away a prize every week, and I forget often to talk about it. All right, everybody, welcome. What is our goal today? You know, I think I kind of teased out last week or maybe the week before, Barbara Carlson, who most of you know from this event, this Tuesday event, asked for she said she's putting together organization and tidy up lists for each room in her house, and she wanted one for her craft room. And I just thought that that was a great idea, and what better time to sort of kick that off than right now, than January. So I put I think I talked about it last week. I gave Leanne or sent Leanne the link, so she will post it in the feed so you can download your Totally Tiffany craft room cleanup schedule checklist thing. And this is the first draft of it, essentially. So I'm really excited to see how you use it and what you think would be added or questions that you might have about it. But really, it's just, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. The idea here is just to go through daily, weekly, monthly, each time you craft, and kind of work your way through keeping your room or your space organized. And one of the things that, some of you have heard me tell this story before, one of the things that helps me stay on track and actually get things done is this notion of future Tiffany. Like, if I do this now, it's going to make life better for future Tiffany, which is something that my son, my older son, London, learned when he was a first-year student at ASU. And one of his classes, they talked about that projecting whatever you're doing into the future for yourself makes it easier to make decisions now. So cleaning up your craft room, putting things away the right way in the right place, makes it easier for your future self. And I actually say it out loud. I know I'm kind of a goofball. My husband thinks it's weird that I talk to myself while I'm in the studio, but I do. And I will literally say out loud, Tiffany will be really happy when she comes in on Monday and everything's put away. Or, you know, Tiffany will be really happy when she can start this new project because everything's set up and ready to go. So it's a weird psychological, I don't know, motivator.
I'm myself, it's usually, what did I come in this room for?
Susie's usually looking for the things in her. I have that experience too, though. When you walk into a room, you go, why am I here? Why am I here? You need to carry a notepad as we get older. Go into the laundry room, pick up socks, whatever it is. So anyway, I'm excited for you to download the list. I'm going to throw my glasses here and we'll go through things pretty quickly because you're going to print it out yourself. Let's see if there's anything here. I guess part of it, the most important thing is the prep stuff, right? You want, in order to be able to continually keep your room or your space organized, you want to make sure that you have the tools in place to do that. So setting up a little area or a little kit for adding things to your catalog is going to be key. Having your purge box and your go back basket, those things are all going to be key to being able to execute all the steps in the process as you're going through, you know, keeping things neat and tidy. I'm trying to see if there's anything that won't make sense here. You know, one of the things that also overwhelms people is a pile. And so one little pile isn't that big a deal, but that little pile gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. And pretty soon the idea of taking care of the things in that pile is overwhelming. So really keeping those piles out of your life, doing them when they're just a 2-minute pile instead of a 2-day pile is going to make it a lot easier. So keep that in mind as you're seeing things piled up, like I can take care of this really quickly and then it's not going to be a problem, or I could let it pile up and be a problem. And again, talk to your future self about that as well. So let's see what we've got here from Leanne. Things are Kimberly Sanderson question: is there a storage that would work for the Canon selfie and supplies? Probably, but I don't know how big a Canon selfie is. Maybe Susie could see if she can find some info on that. If it is, I think it's that little camera. I don't know. So this is my print little Printmaker handheld printer and all the supplies for it. But yeah, let's find out. My gut on that is probably the Sue bag might be a good option, or maybe even the Denise if the camera's small enough. Is that I think it's a little camera that prints out instant pictures, right? It's kind of like a Polaroid thing. We'll work on it. We'll get back to you, Kimberly. Lynn Bledsoe says, what is the best storage for embossing powder? It depends what kind of embossing powder and how much you have. And again, how you're thinking or what you're thinking of storing with it. So I'm just going to pull this out here. This is the 12 by 12 6-drawer storage and supply case. So I've got my heat embossing tool here, and I've got a bunch of embossing powders right here. Now these are kind of the standard size embossing powders, right? I think the ones from Michaels, these are Moxie, American Crafts. They're all about this size, so they fit great in this depth, this 2-inch depth. This is the 12 by 12, but they would also fit well in the smaller storage and supply cases, depending on how many you have and whether or not you want to store tools or a tool with that. That might be a great option. Again, depending on how big, if you use a Teflon mat or something like that, if it's 12 inches, you could roll it up and include that in there as well. I have the embossing pens, that type of thing. Maybe you want to put your inks in as well. So the 12 by 12 or the smaller storage and supply case would be good. If you're just looking for storing your embossing powders alone, I think the Edna Buddy bag would hold 12 or 14 of them. Let's see, Edna. So this Buddy bag also actually has a couple of embossing powders. I must have been testing this theory. So I've also got these little small guys as well. If you only have the small ones, then those are probably going to fit in Teresa. Check that out. I don't know how common those are. Those are older, so yeah, so you could easily do a Teresa bag if you have the smaller ones. But the larger ones, I'm going to guess you're going to get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like 12 of this style in an Edna Buddy bag. I put mine upside down so that I can see the, right, I had them upside down in the other one, so I can see the color of the embossing powder. So depending on what you've got and what you want to store with it, I would go with either of those options. Okay, what else have you got, Suze?
The selfie printer.
Oh, the selfie printer. How big is it?
7.1 wide.
7.1 wide.
5.4 deep and 2.5 high.
Okay, 7.1 wide. Okay, 2.5 deep.
2.5 deep.
Okay, and
5.4 deep, 2.5 high.
So 7, 2 point, it's not going to fit in here. It's not going to fit in the Denise either. 7 by 5. 5.5 by 2.5. Let me think on that for a second. I mean, it would definitely fit in like the Kirsten bag, or I say definitely. It would, yeah, you could definitely put it. So this is the Kirsten Buddy bag, but if you want to be able to close it up, 7 by 5, boy, probably with the supplies, probably a storage and supply case, 7 by 5, or a paper taker by 2.5. Did you say 7 by 5 by 2.5? Paper taker 7.5 by 5.5 by 2.5 high, or whatever.
7. Where'd it go? Come back here.
Yeah, I think you could
7.1. So basically
7
by 5.5 by 2.5.
So you could put it in a paper taker. It would push out the front of the paper taker. But I don't know how much other supplies are involved in that. So this is the 6 by 6 paper taker, and it is actually like 7.1 by 7 by 2 and some, but the front is stretchy. So paper taker would work, or yeah, depends what else you're going to put with it. But paper taker, if you've got one, test it out in the 6 by 6 paper taker. It might be a perfect solution. It's easy to grab, right, and take with you. And then if you go with a larger paper taker, then you could easily add
What about Kirsten?
Extra supplies. Kirsten, yeah, Kirsten would probably work, but she's, I don't know, she's not, I don't know, she doesn't have as much security because she's open on the sides as like a paper taker, but it would probably work. So depending on how you're moving your Canon selfie around, there could be that. The other thing is, what about a fab file? What about like the 6 by 6 fab file, which is going to also meet that dimension, right? The magic tape measure. Yeah, so the 6 by 6 fab file is 3 1/4, but it's, yeah, I think this is the best solution, probably like 7.1 by 7.5. So easy for the 6 by 6 fab file, which I think, are they going to be on sale tomorrow? I'm going to talk about the sale in just a minute too.
Maggie Martinez says, I use the TT album case. It fits in all of the supplies.
Oh, so Maggie's using an album case with all the supplies. I don't know what the supplies are. I don't have that. I think it's got to be film, right? So a couple of good options there. All right, so the other thing, whoops, Allison Jacob says, what, oh, print maker, Victoria Borowski, what size slide and store does a Shelly Buddy bag fit vertically? I store my TSOL ribbon in the Shelly bags, but would love to store them vertically. Let's check it out. Get a Shelly here. It's all Shelly's. Shelly, Shelly. Smelly Shelly. No, that wasn't very nice, was it? I think it's going to be the number 3. So, okay, so it depends on how big your Shelly is with the ribbon, right? Because I don't have TSOL ribbon. So it's going to be, this is a number 3, okay? And this is a number 4. Number 4 that doesn't have quite so much stuff on it. So depending on, yeah, how big the ribbon is, and so how tall this is and which way you're going to put it, I would say I would go with the 4 just to be safe. I don't know, if you turn it this way, it's 3. So 3 or 4, depending on how big that ribbon is. And if you give us the ribbon measurement, then I could probably be more accurate, but I would definitely say 3 or 4. 3 or 4 will work depending on the ribbon. size. I'm trying to keep my workspace clean as we go through, right? After every Tuesday live, I just have big piles of things. And also demonstrating how easy it is to put your things away. Boom, when you're well organized. Okay, what else you got?
Okay, I've got one for you here. Where's my picture of it? Where'd it go?
I have Ozra Petri. I am loving the craft room cleanup schedule. What is the go back basket and what do you use for a go back basket? So a go back basket, and I prefer mine to sit on the floor. You could even use something like a Lois tote, because I try to get whatever I'm done with off the workspace and then drop it into a tote. So I have a big metal bin that has a handle on it. I never thought about using a Lois tote until right now. So a Lois tote would probably be ideal, especially if you put a couple of dividers in it. So maybe 1 or 2 sizes of slide, stash, and store in there. And then if you had paper, you could drop it into that and it would keep it upright. And if you had other things, it would kind of keep things segmented. So a go back basket is the thing that you put when you're done with a supply, you put it in that basket. And then ideally, at the end of the day, you pick up the whole basket and just one thing, and you can walk around your craft room with that basket, putting things away instead of nickel and diming yourself back and forth to put things away. So literally everything goes along together. So, and if you had a cart that even, well, it's not like we have that much stuff. Sorry, I'm getting crazy here. But
well, my question has to do with cards here.
So I would say use it. You just want to make sure whatever you're using can hold 12 by 12 paper. So a Lois tote with either a vinyl roll organizer in it or a slide stash and store. So when you drop the paper in there that you're going to put away, it stands up. And then some other little things might be helpful to segment that around. That would actually work better. The metal thing that I use is kind of heavy, and I don't like the handle kind of, like, you're not careful when you pick it up, the handle leans and the whole thing kind of tips. So Lois tote. Woo, woo. Another use for Lois. Everybody loves Lois. So
okay,
simple.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay, Rosie Algarin. Can you please consider coming out with a craft card this year? We all really need one. And then a couple other people have posted.
I know. I pushed for the cart. Trust me. We talk about the cart all the time. And I am. There are lots of craft carts out there. I think the thing that we do better than anybody else with the craft cart is thinking about the functionality, right? So right now there's those 3-tiered carts. The drawers don't pull out, which means you're always reaching back in. They're not 12 by 12. They don't hold, or 13 by 13 at least. They don't hold true paper crafting supplies in that way. So I will keep pushing for a cart because I also think there's a need in the market. Here. Laura Russell, what was the Chastity Buddy bag designed for? It looks like just like the Stephanie. It does look just like the Stephanie, and it was designed to hold ink pads. So this is Steph. Do I have a Chastity bag over here? There it is. I have a little, I think it's called golfer's elbow, and so picking things up that particular way is kind of painful in the moment. Okay, so this is Chastity, and this is Stephanie. So you can see Chastity was designed for Tim Holtz ink pads, which are right here, right? These 2 rows. And then I've got some re-inkers in here, and then these are Gilding Flakes, just kind of to show you what it fits. But it was designed to hold Tim Holtz ink pads because the Stephanie is too big. So there was a lot of wasted space in Stephanie if you're trying to store your Tim Holtz ink pads in the Stephanie Buddy bag. So it is just like Stephanie, works the same way, comes with the labels for labeling the front of your ink pads, has the same 4 pull-up boxes. It's just designed a little bit smaller so that your Tim Holtz products and these other goodies as well fit in there with no problem. Okay, let's see. Jody Sargent. Hi, Jody. I haven't seen your name pop up in a while. I would love something like a slide stash and store to hold stamps in the 6x6 pockets. Ideally would fit on the IKEA Kallax shelf and fill back to front and maybe have some dividers built in. Any plans for something like this? I'm trying to think. I got a bunch of new Slide Stash and Store stuff in the works, but I love that idea of being able to store those 6x6 pockets, and that Kallax cube is wide enough that you could get 2 across in it, right? So I love it. I'm going to write that down. Write this down. Take a little note. And store 4 6x6 pockets. I think that's a great idea with dividers. Well, ooh. So we have the new Slide Stash and Store that we're working on. This is a perfect way to divide it. Yay! I know. I'm such a goofball. I have a great idea. So, I think I shared with you guys the Slide Stash and Store that we're doing for quilting. We could do that same idea where the boxes themselves are only about this wide, and that will keep that many pockets standing up straight, and then the boxes link together, so you can link them all the way back, as far back as you want them to go into your Kallax, and then when you pull the front box, all the other boxes come along with it. So that would be good. That'd be perfect. I think that would work well. I'm on it. But you know what else Stephanie has, which we will have eventually, but Stephanie has it, which is this that does hold the 6x6 pocket. So Stephanie has this collapsible cube. I think she only has it in pink right now. Oh, I'm sorry, the stampsoflife.com has this collapsible cube, and you could do the same thing, right? These link together with, Susie, could you grab me a couple of those big paper clips out of the, keep going, left, down one, open, yeah, a couple of those. So this cube has this band all the way around it, right? So that you can hook these clips onto the band, and then you can hook another clip, another another box to it. And then you could do the same thing where you were able to pull it out of your IKEA cube also. And this is 7x7. I think the IKEA cubes, though, are 13 across, like 13 and change, if I remember correctly. So that is going to be a bigger problem. You won't be able to put 2 side by side. Yeah, you won't be able to put 2 side by side, but you could put a couple deep and link them with the big clips. I don't know if Stephanie sells the clips. If she doesn't, you can get them on our website. But eventually this will be available in black as well. But I do love the idea of Slide Stash and Store. Just that same sort of plastic, not sort of plastic, it is plastic, would work great for that. So I have it in my notes. That's a great suggestion. Love it. Love it. Okay, Marlene Squires, Kate says, what buddy bag is your print maker in? My print maker is in the Leanne buddy bag. So I've got the print maker. So Leanne has the side flaps, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to open that much Velcro. I've got the print maker. I've got all the little bits, and those are my little cleaning things. I've got extra ink. I've got with all of these guys, all these little pieces, right, that you are easily going to lose, or you could easily lose if you weren't well organized. And then the print maker in there. So all the different things that came with it, all the accessories, the power. And then again, you can close the side flaps on it, or if you want less Velcro to deal with, just fold them under. But super handy way to store all the printmaker stuff, all the ribbon, everything is in there. Leanne, the Leanne buddy bag. Lisa Gates says, what bag would you recommend for close to my heart stamp sets? They measure 6.5 by 6.5. Probably the 6.5 by 6, the 6x6 paper taker would work. Depends on how many you have. The Faylene buddy bag would also work. Where is Faylene? Do you see her hanging around? Here she is. This one's not. This one is loaded with markers. But the Faylene buddy bag is also going to fit the 6x6 pockets, which are 7x7. So that would be a perfect fit for that as well. So depending on how many you have and how thick you want, how many you want to put in a package, it's gonna just, bleh. I'm having trouble with words today. Would be Faline Buddy Bag, which is available again, the Stamps of Life website. We don't have it. I think scrapbook.com has it, and Be Creative, which is BEE, or Shop BEE Creative. They also have the Faline. I think if you Google search Faline, there's a lot of places that actually have it. We just don't have it on our website yet, but you get it from one of those places.
Jill Davis Wright, do you have anything that would hold the 5x8 magnets and pockets side by side so you could have 2 rows next to each other?
Do we have anything that would hold the 5x7 pockets and magnets 2 rows next to each other? No, we do not. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think we have anything that wide. That's one area that's on my list. And I think I actually, that was one of the questions. Oh, I didn't print my thing for today. On my thing is about big storage. So I'm glad that you brought that up. So I am thinking we need big storage. We need something bigger, something 16 by 16 to hold big cutting mats. And like I have a 12 by 12 stamp platform that is from American Crafts. That's too big to fit in anything we make. So how much demand is there from you guys? What are you thinking? So obviously this item is, she's asking for something that would be 14 inches long, basically. 2 5x7 side by side. So use the feed today and comment, like, what do you need big storage for? Because that is one of the things that is on my list that I think that there's a lot of demand in the marketplace. The other thing I was thinking, ribbon junkies, let me know, is something like this. So this is the 12 by 12 storage and supply case that was both wider and thicker, so that you could have 4 or 5 rolls of, 4 or 5 drawers that held ribbon, larger ribbon. I mean, obviously this is only 2 inches, and so most ribbon is at least 3. So what do you think about something like that? And is a buddy bag solution something that you think would work well, right? Something that you would find useful, is that buddy bag solution, or storage and supply case, something along those lines. Keeping in mind, we do have some new Slide Stash and Store coming out that's 10 inches for your interior shelves, and also some other things that are going to fit in the 9-hole IKEA storage and supply. I see the feed just going, So let's see.
Margaret Miles says, speaking of Faline, back to the previous conversation, how many markers do you have in yours?
How many markers in Faline?
It looks like Faline's out of stock about everywhere.
Oh, she'll be back. If she's not in stock, I think it arrived at the warehouse like right during the Christmas rush. So it's just going to be a matter of getting them back out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So about 66, maybe 72 if you packed them in a little tighter. I've got some gaps in mine. In my Faline. Marie Claude Gagnon, question: what would you use to store and organize different sizes rolls of vinyl if you are just starting and know you'll get more? I love Slide Stash and Store for vinyl. So this is the vinyl roll organizer. And then you of course, you get, when you buy it, you get the sleeves, right? So you can see, like, this one just has some scraps in it or whatever, but the sleeves keep everything rolled up, so you don't have to use tape or a rubber band or anything like that. And those come with, oh, this is Sport Flex. See, I wrote on there what it was, so I remember. Sport Flex vinyl. So you get the tray, and you get 6 of the vinyl roll sleeves with the tray. So, and then if you're buying smaller vinyl, if you also have smaller vinyl, that's going to fit in there, like shorter vinyl is going to fit in there as well. If you do a lot of shorter vinyl, you could use probably the number 2 slide stash and store for smaller rolls of vinyl. It's just shorter, so they'd stick up over the top. I think like Cricut Joy kind of vinyl, if that's kind of the height that you're looking at. But for the most part, most vinyl is going to fit in the vinyl roll organizer, which if you search VRO, it'll probably bring it up on the website. And it also fits 12 by 12. So if you use the 12 by 12 pockets, if you buy flat sheets of vinyl, which I also have, those can be, this is foil, not vinyl, but so 12 by 12 fits in there. So if you use the 12 by 12 tab divider pockets, then you can put your flat, if you have flat sheets of foil or vinyl as well as the roll, those are also going to fit in the VRO box. So I actually have little pockets here also for storing my foil quill. So if you want to keep everything together, that makes that easy also. But I love the vinyl roll organizer for that. And like I said, they slide on the shelf. Now, if you don't have as deep as shelves as this, so these are 13 inches deep, we are coming out with the same dimensions here in 10-inch depth. So if you're looking to store that vinyl in your upper cabinets, we will have the 10-inch vinyl roll organizer coming as well. But I think it's June before that's going to be out, the 10-inch things. All right.
Amy Doyle Gibbon asked, how is your sister Tessa able to keep her room organized after the big organized room you did for her?
I haven't been there in a while, but my mom said that she needs a revisit. I think my mom just said that because she wanted me to go visit my sister with her. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check in with her and see how she's doing. Yeah, I need to go visit Tisa, and then we will go through her room again. But I think she was pretty well organized. So as long as she put her things away, Tisa, are you listening? She should be in good shape. But I'll have to see if I can't get to Texas, or she's coming here, I think, in February. Maybe I'll have to make her take some pictures or share a video with us all so we can get an update on her room. Let's see. Shelly, we got that one.
Dorothy Smith is asking, does the slide stash and store fit inside the 3-tier rolling carts?
Does the slide stash and store fit in the 3-tier rolling carts sideways? They're only, I think they're only 10 inches this way, and they're 14 or 15 inches this way. So, and those are 13. So you wouldn't, yeah, I mean, you can, you can put the 10-inch ones when they come out this way, but the 13-inch ones this way. So yeah, sooner than, well, I like to say sooner than later, but it's taken a while to get those under control there. But I think I showed them to you, right, with the new label, little slots in them. So that's going to be handy. But yes, they will fit in the 3-tiered cart. They're 13 inches, and then the depth varies. And of course, in the carts, you're going to want to use the shorter ones, right? Because you put the tall ones in the middle, you won't be able to reach past them. Let's see. I got that. Marlene again, what buddy bag is your printmaker in the Leanne buddy bag? Lisa Sabo, will the new slide stash and store fit fat quarters? Yes, there is a fat quarter design slide stash and store coming out. Lisa Gates, what bag would you recommend for, I got that one.
There's a funny, Barb says, Tiffany, you're welcome to drop in and see how my organization is going or not going.
Yes, I would love to come and visit you, Barb. I've met Barb several times at shows in person. In the real world, we've been able to connect at shows, but we haven't done any shows, so I kind of miss that aspect. All right, so one other question that I did see on Facebook was about storing watercolor pencils or colored pencils that come in tins. This specifically, I was asked about the Crafter's Companion brand. I don't have any of those, but I have asked for them to be sent to the studio so I can actually test that brand. I do have in here 2, and these are big. These are double layers. So if you had single layers of tins, I've got 2. You would be able to get 3 or 4 in the, this is the 8.5, I mean the A4 8.5 by 11 paper taker. But did we find the store and go bag on the website? It's on the Totally Tiffany site. There is the 2-inch store and go bag, I think would also hold this. And it's under, I don't remember. I think it's the only, I bet, I think on the Totally Tiffany website, I think that's the only place you can find it. I know Stephanie had the A4 8.5 by 11 paper takers for a while. I know we're out of stock on them on our website. But I think the store and go bag.
Store and go.
Yep. Is that on the website?
It's on the website and it is in stock.
So the store and go bag, which has the handle on the top, it's this guy. I have this weird elbow thing, which is kind of killing me to lift things up. So you've got 2-inch wide here, and then you've got the handle on the top. So it's a little bit different, allows you to kind of go vertically with your things instead of landscape. But this would also fit your pencil tins or your watercolor pencil tins as well. So kind of the same basic dimension, but the handle's on the top, like vertically instead of portrait versus landscape thing. All right. Okay, I think we've got all the questions answered here. Oh, Lynn Bledsoe says, my mom watches with me and wants to know where your shelving is from. It's from IKEA. It's, I know.
IKEA should be paying you.
IKEA should be paying me. It's the greatest shelving ever. Super simple, reasonably priced. I did have my husband drill in some extra holes, but then someone told me, I've had mine for years. It's called Fjällkinch, which I know is not how you pronounce it, but it's spelled F-J-A-L-K-I-N-G-E. And someone told me recently that they bought it and it had more holes. So maybe they put more holes because I was always saying put more holes. I don't know. But I love it. It's, it's lightweight in terms of being able to move it around when it's unloaded. It's easy. It breaks down really small if you're storing it when you're not using it or whatever. I'm going to add another section even, I think, over on this side of my room as I'm rearranging things and getting things reorganized. But speaking of that, I talked a little bit last week about the fact that I was going to go through and get all of my dies and all my stamps, my unmounted stamps and all my stencils together and start organizing them. And I did start that project this weekend, and I am using the Die Stamp and Supply Organizer. That is my goal, to have everything out like this, right? So this has 104 stamps in it, or 104 pockets in it. Sometimes some of them have 2 stamp sets or whatever, but my whole system is going to be this open numbered. I don't know if you can see these 2 behind me as well, but it's working out really well. And so as soon as I get all those things pulled together, I'll share that with you again also. But my mission is to get all the random storage things. And I thought, how am I going to do that? Because one of my goals is to be able to show you how to use different things. And I just thought, well, the pockets are really the key, right? So, well, this Kirsten Buddy bag holds the 8x5 pockets, and this Karen Buddy bag holds a 5x7. My open storage will have all of them in it, and then it'll be really easy to say, okay, if you're using Karen, here's what fits in here, here's how it fits. But since everything will be numbered, it'll be easy for me to put away, which is what happens, right? I don't have everything cataloged and numbered the same way because I've been trying to show different uses. But then I just thought I could still do that even if they're cataloged and numbered. So stay tuned for how all that is going to shape up. Marlene Squires Cates, are you going to have a warehouse sale anytime soon? Love a good warehouse sale. My other thing to talk about, the sale tomorrow. I put up a post, and I also sent it to Leanne so she could put another post up today of a shopping list for tomorrow's sale. So it's kind of seems odd, but the big black boxes on the side indicate that this is an item that can be ordered, right? So when you look, I'm going to try and get it close. So like this first one, the black boxes are here, and then there's all this text. Those are all of the things that are included in the bundle, right? So when you see like here, each one of those things can be purchased individually, but this is a bundle that includes all those things. And so that's why the check boxes are like that. So this is for tomorrow's sale. I do also know that there is going to be a U.S. warehouse sale this month. It was supposed to be on Wednesday, the middle of the month, I think the 18th. And I'm going to be at HSN, it sounds like. Well, HSN is the 17th, but I fly Monday, do the shows on Tuesday, fly home Wednesday. So right now it's scheduled for the 18th, and there's some chatter about maybe changing that because I won't be available to help with the sale and answering all the questions and everything on the 18th because I'll be flying back from Florida. So currently there is a sale planned, currently the 18th. That's a U.S. warehouse sale. So different items than what we have on tomorrow's sale. But yes, it's coming. There's kind of a focus on organization this month with Crafters Companion as well. So kind of keep your eye on your email and that kind of thing. There's kind of a lot of stuff going on where we're trying to really help people get organized in the month of January. But you should have a link to this. Leanne will put it up, and then you can take a look, kind of preview, get ready for what's on sale tomorrow. I don't know. So what they've done with this sale is they've incorporated some free stuff. So when you look through, you'll see that when you buy the buddy bags, you're getting the clear Lois totes. When you buy the 6x6 fab file, which comes with pockets. So I forget who was asking about that, but there's a sale on the 6x6 fab file tomorrow. You're saving a little bit, plus you're also getting a free paper pad. So this will tell you kind of the details over here. Now, things change. I have a little disclaimer at the bottom that says, you know, what actually happens tomorrow might be a little bit different, but this is the baseline for what the plan is for the sale tomorrow. And that's on Crafters TV. So I think they usually broadcast this show on the Totally Tiffany Facebook page. I'm not sure. Someone else might be able to answer that better. I'm going to ask too, though, so that I know. CTV on TT Facebook page. We'll find that out. And I forgot, I got a little sidetracked why I was going to say that. Oh, where you can find it. crafterscompanion.com, and then Crafters CTV. There's like one of the little boxes of things going on is Crafters TV. Click on that and it will take you to the channel, and it'll tell you all the different shows and when they're live. So if you're looking for that, usually that's probably the fastest way. And again, there's lots of links and stuff that go out. So the day of the show, so keep an eye on your email for that, and there'll be a link in the time it is going to be on in your time zone. I am really struggling with words today. Okay. Lisa Gallagher Goodwin says, what bag would hold Queen & Company shaker kits, specifically the little foam shaped pieces? I think I don't have any of those, but most of those are designed around card sizes. So probably 6x6. If you have, I don't know how they come packaged either. Like, do you need to put them into a pocket to store them, or do they already come in a good package for storing them? But I'm going to guess the 6x6 fab file or the 6x6 paper taker, depending on how many you have of them, would probably be the best bet. If you've got some dimensions on how big they are, I could answer that better. I don't actually have them, but I think they're mostly generated around card sizes, which means you're pretty safe with 6x6. All right. I think that's it. Okay. So I think we've answered all the questions that we have today. So if you haven't had a chance to post something, you got to get into the feed really quickly. And then, so just a couple of things to recap from today. tomorrow's Craft House show. Download your shopping list so you know what to get, and Leanne will put that link in the feed. And then also, if you joined late, the craft room cleanup schedule there's a link in the feed to that as well. And this is just kind of a handy little way to keep your craft room, your craft space organized. Things you do when you're crafting, over the week, over the month, kind of to keep things tidied up as you go, so you don't develop those piles and that kind of thing. Something beeped here. Okay. So download that and let me know what you think about this. I'll try to put up another post that says, what do you think about this? Because I'm looking for your feedback. Barbara Carlson was the one who who did inspire this, and I did get her feedback on it in the first draft. So I want to know what you all think and if it's going to work for you, or if you think we need to add more to that as well. So everybody, thanks for joining me today. Oh, I got to give away a prize. Drum roll. Our winner today is Kristen Thomas. Kristen, you have won a $25 Totally Tiffany gift certificate. To collect your gift certificate, please email prizes with an S, prizes@crafterscompanion.com, and they will get you all set up with your prize. So thanks everybody for joining me today. Happy New Year to all of you, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. I had a little moment of panic there. I thought maybe that's HSN is 2 Tuesdays from now, so I will not be here 2 Tuesdays from now, but I hope you all tune in and watch HSN Craft Day 2 Tuesdays from now, because it's tons of fun as well. All right, everybody, take care. Thanks for being with me today.